Okay, now today's topic, a very big topic, as you all know. Rosyanti hit it on the head when she said that the literature review is at the heart of any research that we do. Why? Because you cannot make a contribution to knowledge unless you know where the frontier of that knowledge is. Okay? We can't make a contribution unless we know what is the frontier of that knowledge. Now, secondly, the fundamental test of your research, whether it's a master's research, whether you're writing a PhD, the fundamental test is the question of originality. Is your contribution a contribution that is original, that has not been made before, that has not been said before? Why do you think Cambridge University has so many Nobel Prize winners? It's number 2 in the world at the moment in terms of Nobel Prize winners. Why? Because Nobel Prizes are awarded on the basis of originality and impact. These are the 2 variables that make your research credible. So today, you can see you will have received the reminder research that talks about conducting literature review. Now, what does the literature review do? The literature review is required to compile a summary of all of those excerpts into an understandable, coherent prose of sentences that make sense. So how do we do that? Well, we should all be experts by now on extracting from the journals the academic literature. But where do students struggle, and where are we going to focus today, is how do you take that excerpt and summarize it such that it's paraphrased and it's grammatically correct. Okay. You see, we can't just rewrite the excerpt because that would be to plagiarize and it will be detected, and we don't need to do that. However, what we need to do is we need to take the excerpt from the article and reword it in a way, paraphrases it, but makes it grammatically correct. So we're going to see how to do that with a very clever piece of kit that we use through the Cambridge Research Training Tool. So we'll know how to extract the excerpts, we'll know how to paraphrase that excerpt, and we will also be aware of how to map our research journey to science publications that we can start interacting with. As you know, and as I've mentioned once before, if I haven't mentioned it, let me make it clear now, that we are very open to co-authoring your research papers with you. If you want us to work on the paper with you actively, then we're happy to do that. It is an excellent accolade. It's an excellent level of merit for a student to be able to publish their piece of work, because if it's published, there's nobody that can question it. Already the process of publishing will mean that your work has been peer reviewed. That is to say, when we publish in a journal, the reviewers have looked over the research and they've made their comments and found it worthy of publication. If the panel of experts and editors of journal have done that, that is sufficient validation. That's the highest level of validation that your research work is of outstanding quality. So we'll show you how to take your excerpts, to paraphrase them, to be able to check the spellings and the grammatical errors that may exist there, and also we are ready to support you if you want us to work to publish in some high-ranking journals based in the UK, the US, and the continental Europe. Okay, with that, I'm going to ask Nikki to, Dr. Nick, would you step in and guide us through the Cambridge Research Training software?
There are many ways in which you can start identifying your articles for your research. So we start with the search string. So in the case of the search string, you can click here, click on this new item, and the new item will come out something like this, where you can insert a topic. You can insert a topic, issue, scope, and many other things. So for now, we will insert a topic and you save it. We have something like women empowerment. So we have women empowerment. We save it, and we don't need this one. Okay, so even for something as simple as women empowerment, you can close, and it comes here, women empowerment, and you simply click on this, and you can copy it, duplicate it for further fine-tuning, or you can simply look at it in Google Scholar. So if you click on Google Scholar, it takes you to Google Scholar, and you can see it straight away gives you a lot of articles, 1.95 million articles. So we don't want this. So suppose we make this like, you can duplicate it. So you duplicate it here. So you see it becomes a second one. And so in the second one, back here. So here we have women empowerment, and if we edit it now, so we can add another one. So women empowerment, and let's call it microfinance. So now it becomes a women empowerment and microfinance. So we can close, and there we go. Right, so you can see that it came down to 58,000 articles, and it is now microfinance and women empowerment. Again, because in CRT it is all recorded, how it keeps growing, how we keep on fine-tuning. So now we can go here and duplicate it again, and you can make further adjustment. So I go in, and suppose I want all of this to appear in the title. So then what I can do is I insert, and it should be in title. So I put in title, and now you can see that it has the parenthesis. So if you close, then it looks for something whereby, again, we can use Google Scholar, or you can use Microsoft Academic, but I prefer Google Scholar. So let me click this again, and it has reduced to 7,740, because now it's looking those words in the title. So similarly, you can keep on developing this one by one, until, for example, here we have an earlier example where we have women empowerment, and we want to see that it is in Malaysia, and you can make it, you can add scope, issue, and so on. And so in the issue, it's microfinance, and the file type must be PDF. So you could go back and say that you want it to be file type is PDF, and the site is researchgate.net. So that would mean, like, you go back to here, to whatever you're searching, edit. You can keep on adding other things like topic, issue, scope, and you can add file type, save, and suppose you want only PDF. So we put here PDF, okay, save. So it puts your file type PDF, close, and if I click on this now, it becomes, it only takes all the PDF files, and you can see that it has reduced the number of files some more. Okay, so it has reduced this file size, and you can also limit it, like you don't want others like Jofa, Find, EVGate, whatever. Suppose we want only ResearchGate, because this will give you free articles. So you can go back. You can go back to this and say, you can duplicate it again, and you edit it, and we add one more, and this time we want you can have authors, or in this case sites, and we add a new item. So this would be ResearchGate, I think it's .net. So we save that and close. Yeah, so now if you go here and you see it's so easy. As you build up, you can check along the way, and now you can search here. Search for it. And we have 497 articles. Okay, and if you like one of these articles, the next thing would be to go for the article, look for the article, and there we are. Here we have the article, and let's see. So I download this. I download this article, and I'm putting it in HD drive research, and let's call it okay, it has got some number here. Save. Okay, so let me check that I have the article. I check in my folder. You have to give your own folder. So that's my folder, D drive research. I think it's this one here. Okay, this one, 1I016. Okay, so now that I've got the article, and I can come out of this, and this is the search string. So for the students, we will say that this is how you can find the document. So easy, and you can use it to find in let's say like Microsoft Academics. So you just click on the next icon, and it takes you to Microsoft Academics, and again you can see that these are the articles available for you. Now of course you have to filter through further, and this is why I prefer to use Google. Okay, so again you can keep a record of all the searches you have done. So this is a big plus in CRT. Now if this file search was not enough, if this file search was not enough for you, then you can also use search sources. Okay, here we have search sources, and you choose here. There are many things you can search for. So right now I want to look at scholarly literature. So I look for scholarly literature, and these are already preset for the students' benefit. So when we look here, you can look at academia, BASC, dimensions, many things are available here. And you can choose something from here. So let's say, for example, you want to look at Science Open. So you can search Science Open. So you click on Science Open. Yeah, you can start looking for your articles in the search string. Now, if, for instance, here you need the search string, you go to CRT, you go to the search string, and here you can copy the search string. So you click this icon here to get the search string, and you can come back here, and I think this is the place. So you paste as this, and you can start searching for those articles, and there you are. You have only one, I guess. So there are many ways in which you can search for the article. So in the search sources, you can search for that, or if you like something like scholarly, ResearchGate, okay, you can search, or you can click the add icon. So if you click add, it will come inside here, and you can come back to this next time. So you click on this and it takes you to ResearchGate. And again, of course, some of this you need to sign up. Sign up is free, but you need to sign up and go there. So these are all the ways that you can use to identify your articles. And also many research papers or articles, they require you to show you how you find your documents. So here, for example, you can go to the edit and say that you started with the Scopus, you had 120 articles, then you added another 50 articles from Google Scholar. You simply edit, yeah, you simply edit and you put the number. So then it becomes 170. Then you eliminate it. You can eliminate old documents that are older than 2000. So you have to do some reading and eliminate. So you eliminate 50, so it drops to 120. Then you add, you eliminate some that are not related to what you want. You eliminate 100. So you have 20 articles and so on. So this is a revision that you can do as many times as you require. And finally, when you close, you get an idea like how you arrive at the final 30 or so articles. Okay, so you arrive at the final articles that you want. Now I'm coming to manage sources. Okay, so here is manage sources, and how do we add a file in manage sources? Very simple. So we have gone through search strings, search sources, select sources, and now we are in manage sources. Click manage sources, simply edit manage sources, and you can go to the bottom, add a new item. So I want to add a journal article. Here's the journal article, and I save it. So once I save, it gives me these prompts. So now I go back to my article and open this article side by side. Okay, so once I open this document, I can look at some details, and for now, I will just follow the basic things. So you go to author, add, and last name. Okay, last name was Modi, and the first name is Ashwin. So save. Now, if you want to add the second author is Patel, Kundan Patel. So here, just the green, click on the green button. So last name is Patel. So this is Kundan. Okay. So now we save and we close. So it knows the authors. That didn't save the title. Okay, so you need to, you refer to this. Sometimes they have a different page numbers because they come as part of the article. In fact, this is 68 to 75. So you put here 68 to 75 and update it. And here is the next thing. Here's the next thing is we're going to look at attach and attach. So article, then we have the choose file. This is the file. So I select the file and it has a correct format. So we save it. Save successfully. Okay. So now I close and it is going to a new one. Okay. So now I go back to manage sources. It was, what was the authors again? The author was Ashwin Modi. Okay, so there we are. Ashwin Modi, Patel Kundan, impact of this rural impact of microfinance services on rural women empowerment and empirical study, ResearchGate, and so on. So depending on what you want, it will follow the style. You can change the style in the manage sources, edit, if depending on what style you want. So this is now in MLA. If you want APA, which is more common, simply click that and you see the style has changed. Number 7, item number 7, journal article, which we just put it in. Okay, so references and all that, it is just showing you how it is referenced and how the citation is given. So all these are built in already. You don't have to worry about this. Okay, so now reference, we are done. We have done the reference, we have done this reference. So remember that in the reference, you got the search string, search sources, select sources. That means you cut down the number of articles that you use. And then you have the manage sources where you upload the file. Now, once you have done that, our next step will be to go to the literature review. In the literature review, we go to the excerpts collection, add, edit, reference, and I want to show you. So we add here, we add this here, and now look for Modi and Patel K. So you just click on number 20. It's down there. Okay, so when I choose number 20, you see it populates the first row. So now you simply click on close and it came in as number 5 here. Okay, now once you came in here, then we close and we go to number 5, Modi, and we click on the plus sign and we get this row. Notice that it already got the reference and the citation. Now we click on the orange button, click on the blue item, and you get this. Look how beautifully it brings in the document as well. What you need to do is you read. Okay, you read. Now you're talking about microfinance. Of course, our previous articles are different. So let's just pretend. Okay, so let's say you read through and you found that, microfinance, the provision is a very good definition. So it focuses. Okay, so let's say you found this to be very important. So I'm pressing Control C, I copy it and I put here. Okay, so I put this here and my remark is this is my comments. Microfinance is an important aspect. Page 1, paragraph 2. Okay, so and it touches, let's say, so let's suppose, now this may not be exact because each time we are using a different article, it has something to do with commitment and perhaps yield and improvement, something like that. So it's related to this. These are the quotes relevant for this. So what I do next is save. So there is one excerpt. Now you want to add more excerpts, you click again, you click this blue item and the document is automatically pulled up, and this time, okay, this provides an incentive, women in India. Okay, so again I copy, Control C, Control V, loans must be made readily available. Now this was, maybe you can use the actual page, page 69, okay? And this is touching, let's suppose, project review and commitment, say, yeah? Then you save. And you can see that it appears here. Now this way you can do as many excerpts as necessary, and what will happen is next when you come back to mind map and you click on anything like initiative, then it automatically shows you that where are all the articles that contain this initiative. Okay, project review. You see, so these are all the excerpts related to project review. You can go article by article, but later on how you want to find the codes. So in CRT, you only have to click on this and click on the mind map and the excerpts are coming in. For example, just now we added Modi and Patel. So this is the section. And also it's very beautiful. If you want to edit this, simply click on this and it will take you back to there. And if you feel that, it's not really a project review, it should be improvement, then you click on improvement and save it again. For now, that is enough. So we go into excerpts collections. These are all the excerpts, the articles and the excerpts, the quotes that have been selected. And you can look at the overall items, like what are all the excerpts you have. So here's all the excerpts you have. And now we come to the editor. Now, when you come to the editor, you will see that the editor will follow outline that is given in the mind map. So in the mind map, we have this structure, and you see that the editor is also following the same outline structure. And now, if you click on any area, let's use something that we've already done. So let's say you look at commitment, and this commitment is the text that is already available there. And if I click on the orange button and I go to edit. So here is the editor, and the most important benefit is show excerpts. Now, when you click on show excerpts, which are all the articles that talked about commitment. Okay, what are all those that talked about the commitment? So we edit. So commitment is there, and you can in the show hide excerpts. You don't want to see, you can hide, but right now you can see all of this. And this was the point at which I said Quillbot. You open Quillbot besides. Okay, so here is Quillbot. I make it to my right hand side, just drag and slam to the right, and here I drag and slam CRT to the left. So I got both left and right. I got the item, I got both the software. And now what happens, this one it says, now you're going to write this review. Okay, so what we do is you can copy this section, Control C, item has been copied. You click paraphrase. We click on the copy button here. Can you see the copy button? So you click this copy button and you come back to your editor. Now this is from a previous example, so we don't want this. I copy from the paraphrase, I come back here and I paste. So I put Control V. You see? Now this is a sorry. Yeah, this is the whatever it has reworded it. So it has come here. Now you can continue to do the same for the second excerpt. Copy, Control C. Here we come back to a new one. So don't show me again. Continue, and I paste the second paragraph. Paraphrase the second paragraph, and I copy this again. Now it just happens to be both the same, so I paste in our editor, and you can, at this point, you can save it, and you see that only the review is coming in, or the construction is not coming in. But the beauty is you can go back to it and you can see what is the reason you have this particular description. Now, not only that, you can actually take all of this or any section from the summarizer. So I select summarizer and I paste the things that the paragraphs I want. So here I put it and I call it summarize. Here it is. So it has summarized. If you feel that the summary is too short, you can increase this to moderate and you click summarize again and you get a longer summary. Okay. copy the summary, and it depends. You may put it here or you can put in the next another item. But let's say I just put it here. So I paste it here and I close it. There we are. So this is a very, very powerful way of doing literature review. Why? Number one, it's so traceable. You can go back to it anytime and you know exactly why you came up with this. You can go back even up to the point of the excerpts that you used to arrive at this review. And if you don't want to see this, it's okay. Hide. There we are. It's hidden and you can work on this. And not only that, suppose if you want to add a citation here, so you can go to any part where you want to add the citation, and just now we added Modi and Patel. You see, it automatically came here. How amazing. It automatically came here and you simply select it and it puts Modi and Patel here. Also, you can use phrasebook and all that. If you are short of don't know how to rephrase it, you can go and look at samples of how to write or make a literature review argument. But these are things you can try on your own. For example, like you want to make a style or a template in which you have something that goes like Alan claims X, Brian and Colette agree X is not the only thing, Colette found Y. So all of these will come from your excerpts. Additionally, Donna found Y is this, therefore, although X, Y is reasonable. This is a model of argument. So all these are provided in CRT. But for now, let's just take out this one and we go back here and I save this and you can see how easy it is to do literature review. So once you have done this, that is basically what we want to show you for today. When we have completed the mind map and the excerpts collection, your article is been reviewed, and of course you have to do it one by one. Commitment, statistical techniques, design of experiments, breakthrough. So all of these, but they will all have their corresponding excerpts. In the editor, you can click on each section and use the excerpts to write your article. Now, suppose you find that you want to change in the editor, suppose you want to bring statistical techniques ahead of commitment, you simply go to the mind map and you have to do like this. You simply rearrange this. And if you save it, okay, now you go to the editor and what you see, statistical techniques has come ahead of commitment. Can you see? You can see the advantage of how easy it is to use this method. Now, the mind map automatically comes into the conceptual map. Now, the way that you add the new items in the mind map already has the structure in which you are going to do the literature review. It's already arranged, and it is arranged in the most systematic way. And you can also get the literature review, which shows where you got the idea. Where did initiative come from? Koenig and Verwer. Where did you get statistical techniques information? Koenig and Lancaster and Simoni, and so on. So all these are so easily done. Okay, many people can write this on Word or whatever they struggle, they write. But I'm going to show you reports. You come to reports, you come to the detail. You can print any of these sections, like mind map, excerpts collection. You can print all these. But in particular, I want to print the detail. So detail version of the editor. So I click on detail. Wait a minute. You see, it comes in Word document. And not only it comes in Word document, can you see that it has a navigator. Navigator means it is following the correct outline. Okay. Normally for editing purpose, we can remove this. Okay. So now you have this editor and I show you the magic of this. You can actually change your style using the header styles. You can change. But right now, I don't need to show that. I'm only interested in showing the literature review portion. Formatting is something you can do on your own. But I want to show you one more magic, and that is for students who are struggling with table of contents. Let's see. Right. References. What do you see here? Table of contents. Can you see table of contents? So I click on table of contents and I choose the default system. Maybe I choose this one and look at that. Okay, so you already can have the Word document which is directly editable, and this is dynamically linked. So for example, you click on project review, it goes to project review. You click on design experiment, it goes to that section, and you can see that you have all this page and table of contents. And we look at our document here. So you can, if you don't want to see the navigation, you can close the navigation. So here's our document. So here is our excerpt, our article. So from the article, we went through to the application, and finally we have the Word document. All of it is built in together in a systematic way. Okay. Anyone would like to comment? You can just unmute and you can either give your comment or ask any further question, anything that I have left out.
Dr. Nick, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Let's say we have one variable and then we decided to like delete the variable. How do we do that, Dr. Nick?
Okay, if let's say you want to delete something from the mind map, it's very easy. You simply click on delete button here. But that means this code, only the code will disappear. But if the code is found in other articles, those articles will still remain. But this code will be lost. Only that particular code will be lost. It won't lose any articles or any other excerpts. Of course, the excerpts related to cycle time will be lost. Only this thing will be lost. Yeah. And if you want to insert a new one, something that, let's say when you're reading and you find that there is something here that interests, let's say social environment. Okay. So if social environment is important and it comes under improvement, so you go to improvement and click the green button, insert. Okay, so now it comes here. So I have to save it first, and this text, I click on this button, and this is now I think it's saved.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Wait. So let's say social environment. Okay, so I put social environment here. I save it. And now in your excerpts collection, let's say we go back to Modi, and suppose you want to modify this, that you want to include social environment. Can you see it came in here? So suppose maybe you feel that it's not yield loss, it's more towards social environment. So you can click on social environment and you save. Now, when you save, you go to the mind map. It's refreshing the page. When I click on social environment, can you see how beautiful it came in already? So you can add, delete, whatever, it doesn't matter. So now you can see this is a social environment. Now you go to the editor. Of course, maybe social environment will come in many places, but if you go to social environment, insert, new item, and how beautiful. Can you see it came in here?
Yeah.
So if you, of course, this is in Modi and Patel article. Other article also show God, isn't it? So
Yes.
all of it will come here together and you do the same thing. You copy, you paraphrase, and then you paste in the text area.
Okay, wonderful, Dr. Nick. Thank you so much.
Have you come across anything else so remotely similar? I think Daniel, it might be to your advantage because these have got so many other features, dynamically you can change. Suppose you submit to supervisor say, no, this one should go there, that one should come here. They always say that, isn't it? So now you can dynamically change the code or even add new codes and then go to the editor. Straight away you can see the items as I showed you just now. It automatically comes under the new code. If you don't like the code, change it, reword it, etc. And it's dynamic, especially useful when it becomes to reworking sections. So that is it. And I think I answered your question. That was Rosianti, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now back to our Word document. So in the Word document, we can create this document. Okay. Next. Anybody else with any other question? Eileen, any further comments from you?
Not for the time being, but I will go through the whole.
But you got the idea?
Yes.
Lot of new things, how you can change, how you can add, how you can reorganize the write-up simply by drag and drop, drag and replace, change the position. You can change the whole section. Like for example, let's say you want this section to come up here. So you can move it to here. You move it there, I move it here, and I use the plus sign because the plus sign will move all of it relatively. So you move it there, it's coming. Okay. And then this one, I move it down. Okay, move it down and I click this plus sign. So move all the relative things together. It moves the child together. It takes a while. I think the number of iterations to update or look at that. So now it has moved here. And your editor also, hospitals will come before blood bag wastage. Hospital comes before blood bag wastage. Okay, so I think that answers your how to modify your editor. Okay, anybody else? Any other comments?
For more information, see our other videos on research and thesis writing following your interests. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.